Good morning students. Today's topic is integration, and in the previous video I told you the definition of integration, what is integration, and now you will integrate by the partial fraction. So we have some topics there in our course, that is integration by partial fraction, integration by parts, and integration by substitution. So about substitution already we have explained to you. So today I'll let you know about how to integrate by partial fraction. So the integration by partial fraction, we have some categories, some types which I have mentioned there. Number one, integral of linear function upon linear function in the denominator. For example, you write px plus q upon x minus a and x minus b, that you will suppose to equal to a upon x minus a plus b upon x minus b. That means if you have a linear polynomial in the denominator, then numerator you are taking a, any constant term. I mean you can take any constant, a, b, c, d, etc. So a upon x minus a plus b upon x minus b. Type 2, px plus q upon x minus a whole square, that is repeated linear polynomial. Repeated, why it is? Because it's a square. When the degree is more than 1, that will be called a repeated linear polynomial. So that px plus q upon x minus a whole square will be equal to a upon x minus a plus b upon x minus a square. For example, that question is like px plus q upon x minus a whole cube. Then you will suppose it is equal to a upon x minus a plus b upon x minus a plus b upon x minus a whole square plus c upon x minus a to the power 3. Third type, quadratic polynomial in the numerator and denominator all we have linear polynomial like x minus a, x minus b and x minus c. Therefore this rational function you will write it is equal to a upon x minus a plus b upon x minus b plus c upon x minus c. Fourth one, again quadratic polynomial in the numerator and denominator we have linear polynomial and repeated linear polynomial. Repeated. So write let a upon x minus a plus b upon x minus a square plus c upon x minus b. Or we can write it as like a, capital A upon x minus b plus b upon x minus a plus c upon x minus a whole square. Okay, understood? I hope you're understanding this now. The last category is again quadratic polynomial in the numerator px square plus qx plus r divided by x minus a, which is linear polynomial, multiply quadratic polynomial. That is quadratic polynomial identity is that x square plus bx plus c. So for the linear polynomial you are writing a upon x minus a plus bx plus c upon x square plus bx plus c. So children, you need to understand one point there. See, linear polynomial derivative is always a constant term. For example, you are differentiating x plus 2. What you will get? 1 plus 0. Suppose you are differentiating 3x plus 7. You are getting 3 plus 0. But if you have a quadratic polynomial in the denominator, suppose x square plus 2x, you want to differentiate, you will get 2x plus 2. So for 2x, suppose in the last rational function I have taken bx plus c. For example, you have x square plus 2x, you want to differentiate, that differentiation will be 2x plus 2. So instead of b you are adding 2, then into x plus 2, which is c there. So every quadratic polynomial derivative will be a linear polynomial, and linear polynomial derivative will be a constant term. Understanding all of you? Okay. Question number 1 of integral by partial fraction, x upon x plus 1, x plus 2. Children, do you see there both denominator we have a linear functions, linear polynomial. So you write x upon x plus 1, x plus 2 is equal to a upon x plus 1 plus b upon x plus 2. Only point to remember there how to solve these. If you have a linear polynomial in the denominator, numerator taking any constant term like a, b, c or d. But if you have a quadratic polynomial in the denominator, then writing linear polynomial in the numerator. Linear polynomial you will write like cx plus d, ex plus f, like that. So okay, comparing with now x is equal to a, x plus 2 plus b, x plus 1. How to solve this? You write let x plus 1 equal to 0. So x is equal to minus 1. Substituting minus 1 values, you will get the value of a. Then you write x is equal to minus 2. By that you will get the value of b. Okay, or other method is you can equate the like terms and you can also get the value of a and b. So we got the two equations by equating the like term, and then therefore a is equal to -1 and b is equal to 2. Substitute the value of a and b and then integrate. So a values is -1, so that become -1 upon x plus 1, and b value is 2 upon x plus 2. Integral of -1 upon x plus 1 and 2 upon x plus 2 integrated, it is equal to minus log x plus 1 and plus 2 log x plus 2. So x plus 2 we can write using the power formula of a logarithmic function, that could be equal to log x plus 2 square minus log x plus 1. See, actually both log term we can club together, and for condition that is coefficient of logarithmic term must be same. So here we make the both log coefficient is the same, so we can write it is in the quotient form, that is log x plus 2 whole square upon x plus 1 plus c. Number 2, x upon x square plus 1 into x minus 1. How to solve this? See, we have a linear polynomial and quadratic polynomial in the denominator. So you can write the x upon x minus 1 into x square plus 1 is equal to a upon x minus 1 and bx plus c upon x square plus 1. But here I have taken it is ax plus b upon x square plus 1 and c upon x minus 1. So comparing the like term, because LHS we have only x. So ax square plus cx square must be equal to 0. So a plus c equal to 0, minus a plus b is equal to 1, and minus b plus c equal to 0. Comparing the like term means if you have x square in the both side, x square in the left side and also in the right side, then you equate the like term. Similarly, if you have x both side, you have the coefficient of x variables. If you have x is a coefficient of the variable both side, then similarly you can equate the like term. And if you have constant term both side, accordingly you write the values. And simplifying equation 1 to 3, we got a is equal to minus half, b is equal to 1 by 2, c is equal to 1 by 2. Substituting the values in the fraction, what we suppose ax plus b, the whole integral is equal to ax plus b upon x square plus 1 and plus c upon x minus 1. Substituting the value of a, b and c and then integrate. For example, a values is 1 minus 1 by 2. So x upon x square plus 1 multiplied divided by 2, and then you take let x square plus 1 is equal to t, and derivative is 2x dx upon t. Alright, and suppose the b values is half, 1 by 2 dx upon x square plus 1, that is equal to 1 by 2 into 1 upon 1 tan inverse x upon 1, because 1 upon x square plus 1 is based on the integral 1 upon x square plus a square. So 1 upon x square plus a square integral is 1 upon a tan inverse x upon a. Okay. Now c values is suppose half, so 1 by 2 dx upon x minus 1 is equal to 1 by 2 log x minus 1. And all these sum up together, that will be the whole integral. Okay. 3. Integral x square plus x plus 1 upon x square minus 1. So denominator we have quadratic polynomial. X square minus 1 we can factorize like x minus 1 and x plus 1. So therefore x square plus x to the power 3 plus x plus 1 upon x square minus 1 is equal to a upon x plus 1 plus is equal to b upon x minus 1. But before that, see, actually the integral is not a proper fraction, therefore you have to do the division there. Divide x cube plus x plus 1 upon x square minus 1. Children, remember this now. If the degree of numerator is either equal or greater than the degree of the denominator, then division is always required, because this is not a proper fraction. Which integral is called a proper fraction? When the degree of numerator is less than that the degree of denominator. So here we have done the division, and then we got x plus formula is what is that now? Quotient plus remainder upon divisor. X is the quotient, remainder is 2x plus 1, and divisor is of course x square minus 1. Okay, then you write 2x plus 1, because x integration will be later, you will write x square by 2. Now only to simplify, 2x plus 1 upon x square minus 1. So that is equal to a upon x plus 1 plus b upon x minus 1, because x square minus 1 we have factorized. Okay, comparing the like term, and we got the value of a and b is 1 by 2 and b is equal to 3 by 2, and then integrate these. So finally right now I is equal to x square by 2 plus 1 by 2 log x plus 1 plus 3 by 2 log x minus 1 plus c. Understand all of you? Okay, please. In addition to that, I have taken one more, the integral of cos x upon 1 minus sine into 2 minus sine x. Children, what to do there? Now, how to get this into the variable form? You write, let sine x is equal to t, cos x dx is equal to dt. So, integral become dt upon 1 minus t and 2 minus t. And both linear polynomial we have in the denominator, and then you can write, suppose 1 upon 1 minus t into 2 minus t is equal to a upon 1 minus t plus b upon 2 minus t. Again comparing the like term and then get the values of a and b, or you can write there now, let 1 minus t equal to 0, t is equal to 1. If you write t is equal to 1, then value of a you will get it, which is 1. If you write t is equal to 2, then you will get the value of b, that is equal to minus 1. Substitute the value of a and b and then integrate. Then you write now 1 upon 1 minus t, which is log 1 minus t upon minus 1, because 1 minus t, that is t coefficient is minus 1. So minus log 1 minus t, and 1 upon 2 minus t integral will be 2 log 2 minus t upon minus 1. So again that minus minus become plus. So write log 2 minus t upon 1 minus t plus c, and then t, what we suppose? We suppose t is equal to sin x. So therefore the final answer you write log 2 minus sin x upon 1 minus sin x plus c. Understand children this? So please, in this way you have to solve the integrals by the partial fraction. Okay, I hope you are understanding all these, and please practicing these type of questions for the whole exercise. Many questions, many relevant questions, many board paper questions you have to attempt, so that your whole exercise will be consolidated. Understand? So okay, please, thank you so much for the day.